Psych, you thought. Again, it's my second return. I would say that I would come up with like a really good excuse, but again, like I said in my last comeback video when I said I'd be uploading, I wasn't. Truth is, I can't really be bothered. I've sort of given up, but I just want to start doing it again because suddenly people are watching my channel again, and the new subscribers sadly don't know about the diss track. People don't know that it's on SoundCloud. I'll link it in the bio because there's about 1 or 2 people that actually noticed that it was gone. It got to 1,000 views. I was happy, and then I was forced to delete it, which was sad. But yeah, that's on SoundCloud, so I'll link that in the bio. But let's get started. These are going to be sort of different videos from my channel. I sort of got this idea from a YouTuber called The Odd Ones Out. I'll link his channel in the bio. He's pretty funny. He's like, I can play his videos and watch YouTube. If you call me and I don't answer, it's probably because I can't be bothered to pick up and I'm watching his videos. But yeah, if you like this sort of video, put it in the comments. If you do, I'd suggest watching his channel. And yeah, just comment whether you like the sort of idea of this, because I'm sort of stuck on gaming at the moment because I didn't get a new controller or headset for Christmas, so now that's broken. Yeah, so I can't do that. So the first story is when I was in year 7, I used to be in a school called, am I allowed to say it? I don't care. It doesn't even exist. A school called Auburn Academy. So the school was shutting down, and it was a middle school. So a lot of where people are middle schools, no, a lot of where people are, the school system is primary and then secondary. Where I was from, it was lower. So nursery reception, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and middle 5, 6, 7, and 8, and secondary school the rest of the years. And basically, the school system where I was from was changing, so it was changing into a primary, so we were only allowed 1 year left. The year 7s and year 8s had a conjoined trip, so the year 5s went to, I can't remember where the year 5s went. It was really bad. I went there. That trip was horrible. It was boring. And year 6 I went to France. France was fun. Also, can I point out in France that obviously we had to get on a bus. We had to meet at something like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning at the school and get on a bus, and then we had to drive to like the port of Southampton or something. I can't remember. Wait. No, it might be Bournemouth. So yeah, anyway, we were there. We were told to bring money, and the maximum we were allowed was 30 euros and £30. My parents are divorced. My dad gave me £30 and 30 euros, as it says. My mum gave me 120 euros and £90. And obviously, being given that money, you're not going to save it because you think, oh, when I come back home, I might have to like give it back. So you got to spend it all. The French trip was really fun. So yeah, I remember trying to get onto the ferry. We waited maybe 4 hours just on the coach trying to board the ship. That was so annoying. And as well, the teachers, we went into like sort of like a service station where the port was, and there was a Burger King there, and we all had money. And the teachers were allowed to go and get Burger King, but we weren't, because we had packed lunches. So yeah, we watched them eat their Burger King, and we got back in the bus. And yeah, we were on the ferry. Now, my great uncle, my great great uncle, is my great granddad's brother. He died on a very famous ferry sinking. I think it was 30 something years ago. And me being a paranoid little idiot in year 6, I had a feeling that the ferry was going to sink. I can't remember the name of the ferry thing, but basically what happened is that there was either they left the back door where all the cars and stuff are supposed to go in, and it was either the person whose job it was, he'd either got drunk or he'd just fallen asleep. They don't know what, because obviously he died. Yeah, the ferry trip was really fun. I mean, it wasn't even that long. It was 3 hours. It was only like from one part of the English Channel to the other. Hold on, I'll just look on my phone. Where it is. Oh, Calais, that was where it is. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't even look on my phone for that. We stayed in Calais, in a chalet. Wait, did we stay in Calais? I can't remember, that's irrelevant. Yeah, that was really fun. There was a theme park there, and if you know me, I hate roller coasters. So does my dad. There's a saying. No, my dad said this, and I believe it. He said, if a water slide crashes, then I know I can swim. But if a roller coaster crashes, I can't fly. Which made me even more scared about roller coasters than I really was. But it's a good line to use. So I'm never going on a roller coaster as far as I'm concerned. Although I love water rides. But there was this massive water ride, and it was, don't even know how high up. And yeah, I wouldn't go on it unless I had someone with me. So my friend Max, who was with my friend Callum, shout out to those guys. I think it was Callum who had to go with me because I was too scared to go down on my own. Thanks, Callum. Wow, I wonder if he's still watching my YouTube channel. Wow. Anyway, yeah, that trip was pretty fun, I guess. We went into, I think it was like a certain amount of years since D-Day finished. I can't remember. So yeah, that was cool. We went in a museum. I bought like 5 fidget spinners. And we returned home. When we were trying to get on the ferry back, it was about 9 hours. I'm not even joking. We waited about 9 or 8 hours. Just to ride onto the ferry, just to go back to England. But somehow we still managed to make it on time. I think we were even half an hour earlier than we were expected to come home. Yeah, and then I never knew, but my head teacher at the time, she was retiring after that trip. I mean, it was really fun. Oh, I forgot. Right. So basically, they all handed us our passports, and the girl Millie started crying because, wow, I just realised I'm not even asking permission for me to say these people's names. I'm still going to say them. She was crying. She thought she dropped her passport, and she had no clue where it was. It was underneath her seat. I was really tired, and I couldn't have fit my dressing gown in my suitcase, so I wore that into border customs. Yeah. And then on the ferry back, I had like 40 something euros or pounds left. It was probably pounds. So I went and bought some Calvin Klein aftershave, which I still have, which I'll show at the end of the video. So yeah, that was the end of that French trip. Looks like we have some voice messages from a fan.
Hi guys, it's Mia. Welcome back to Henry's YouTube channel. Hit me up on Instagram. It's xmia with 4a's.x. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Was that good enough? I'm really awesome and quite cool. And yeah, just mention me, Henry, in your YouTube channel. So yeah, yo guys. Here are my social medias. My Instagram is xmia with 4a's.x. My Snapchat is mia7050 or mia with 4xmia with 4a's.x. And then my TikTok.
Let's just stop it right there. No TikTok. Okay, back to the Wales thing. Sorry, I croaked through it. It was tiny. Yeah, same time we had to be there in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nice bus journey. For weeks I'd been asking to sit next to this boy, Callum. We got bored in like the first hour. We kept pointing places out and said, oh, this is it, no, this is it. And then we had like a full half an hour argument just to say what way we were going, because we were going north. Wait, we were going north is... Wait, hold on, let me figure this out. So if I went out there, that's north. So that means we were going west. We were going west. So we must have been going somewhere near to Wales. And I had like a full half an hour argument just to find out that I was wrong. Oh wait, no, we just got... No, I was right. I don't know. I'm probably not. So yeah, that was pretty boring. And then we stopped off and yeah. There was this like quite big service station. There was McDonald's, there was WH Smith. Everyone queued up for the McDonald's. I remember there was a really old, maybe like 64 lady there. Right, here's a McDonald's tip. If there's like really long queues or something, I know nobody uses queues, everyone uses the screen, but you don't have card to pay on the little screen thing. What you need to do is do your order, and then it says enter card, and then put cancel, and then it says like, and then it says something like continue. You press that, and it said, card payment failed. Would you like to retry again? You press no, and then it says, would you like a receipt to pay at the till? You do that. I've tried not paying before, it doesn't work. Yeah, you can't just get free food. But however, yeah, that's a pretty good tip, and I did that, and the old one was like, oh, you can't pay like that, it doesn't work. Are you sure? Because I've been doing it for the last 6 months. Also, shout out to my friend Dom, who showed me that. So yeah, we were en route. We sat at the top. I think it was like 2 double-decker buses. We sat at the top near the front, and they put on Skyfall. Now, me and my friend Callum's my Dom. Callum is the best person in the world. Oh no, Ethan's mad. I'm just chucking about names and nobody knows them. Yeah, so we would have been watching the movie, but the little thingy screen to show the movie wasn't working for us, and they didn't even fix it on the way back. So yeah, that was annoying. It was a really long drive. We went through a lot of tunnels. We made this stupid challenge where you couldn't breathe when you went under a tunnel, so there was people who like held their breath 30 seconds, and I did my best to like pull faces and make them laugh, because I'm that sort of person. Yeah, and then we got there. I remember there was like really thin roads, and we were all like conscious that the bus driver was just going to crash into like some little car, or like bulldoze it over and turn them into like one of those little... Do you remember Cars 2 at the start, when Finn McMissile goes to that place, and then there was this other agent and he just gets squished into a block, and there's fire behind him. I'm not going to show the clip because I'm lazy. Yeah, I sort of thought that was going to happen, and then we went up this really, really big hill to this place, and it was pretty good. I actually rate the place. The food wasn't nice, but you know, you got to think. It's like a small place trying to fund what 80 odd children. No, maybe 50 or 60. But still, the activity was really fun. First night we got there, we put all of our stuff down. We were told we weren't allowed phones, so that was pretty sad. I remember on the Year 6 French trip, I brought my iPod with me, and I made a terrible mistake. One night, I'd left my iPod on, so it was playing music all through the night, so then I had no battery left. And, like, I remember coming back and I bought Oreos on the French trip. I'm sorry, I'm switching stories. And then I got like Oreo on the iPod. I have no clue where the iPod is now. Like, since I moved last year, I haven't seen it once. I mean, yeah, it's not really that useful anymore because I don't listen to Apple Music. Anyway, first time we got there, we put all of our stuff down. And then we went on this walk. It was like a old slate mine, and they were just telling us like, oh, here's all of the scrap slate, and it would be carved and used to build her house roofs and whatever. The Year 7s had to share rooms with Year 8s, and me being with my friend Callum, not the Callum the Callum that I sat next to on the bus, not the Callum that I was talking about Skyfall. There's two different Callums. I'm going to call the one I sat on the bus Callum A, and my best friend Callum B. So me and Callum A, it was me, him, my friend Liam and Danny that were all in a dormitory with 4 other Year 8s because I was in Year 7 at the time. These people were... I forgot one of them's names. I always have Instagram arguments with him. No, it's not Etra. One of them was Barnaby, one of them was Finley, the other one was Ben, and... I can't... Okay. Yeah, so that happens. The activities were really fun. We didn't do the activities with the Year 8s though. Oh, can I say his name? I don't think I can. But this teacher is so good. He was a music teacher, that's all I'm saying. And he went on the trip with us. He's so nice. Like, honestly, he's the most genuine, nicest person you'll ever meet. He's so kind, it's unreal. And he's really funny. Yeah, he was our group leader, so that was really good. I remember we went whitewater rafting, I think it was. And before I left, my family kept saying, oh, you got to be careful when you go on whitewater rafting because it's dangerous. And I thought, that scared me a little bit. But it was actually pretty fun. So basically, it was hard, it was annoying because you went to this place, you got in a minibus, you had to put your raft on the back, then you went around this place, and then you had to lift it up, put it back in the thing, and then you went round. It was really fun. I got to sit at the front. And what they did is when you go down this little wave, they turn the boat around, or our group leader did, so then the wave splashes in front of you, like the front of it fills up. You'd think it sinks, it just goes out. But yeah, it filled up and like water is splashing in your face because if like the rapids going down like that and your boat's like there and it's like and then you have to like take one last breath and then hold it for 15 seconds while that water gets splashed in your face, and then it's like a massive water paddle at your feet. And then we did that about 3 or 4 times. That was really fun. What else did I do? I went to the top of a mountain for the first part of it. Like, I was really bored and lazy, and I was really hungry. And I'm one of those people, if I'm hungry, I'm in a really bad mood, or I just won't do anything, I won't cooperate. So then I was trailing behind the group, and then I just sat down in hope that the group would sit down with me. They didn't, they kept on going. And there was this girl, I'm not going to say her name because she'll probably sue me. She was like really enthusiastic about everything, like, come on guys, you can do it. And I was dry, it just made me want to sit down even more. And then they said I couldn't eat anything, so I just ate my brownie anyway. this was on the first day. The whitewater rafting was on the third day. I remember we went up. I can't remember what it's called. It's we went like walking up a lake in the water. That's really fun. And yeah, and so when there's these two big rocks, right, and they call it the elephant's bum. Well, that's what our leader said it was, or the locals call it. And before I say anything, you had to pay to use the toilets. I was having none of that. So then, yeah, we were going up, and I think someone got a headache at the start. I can't remember who it was, and then we were delayed for like 10 minutes. Oh, it was Dom! I think I mentioned him in my French thing. I probably didn't. Yeah, Dom had a headache, a migraine or something. He always gets migraines. He was always off school with migraines. Oh, I'll tell you another story about Dom after this. Wow, this is just turning into a big story fest. So yeah, we had to wait 10 minutes for him, and then we went walking up it, and I was like, me and Callum too, were walking, we were like trailing behind, like at the back, so we can just talk and not pay any attention. That's what I normally do. And I was after one of the girls' mums. So they told me to go in. Once you've gone in, you can't go out. I was told to go into there, and because I thought she'd got through and over, and she hadn't, and she was stuck. And it was a good thing we had helmets on, because when she was trying to get up, she slipped. But she caught herself, and then to get grip, I don't even know if she meant to do this, or if she thought floor was there. I don't know why. She slammed her foot down on my head. That hurt. Yeah, she climbed up, and the thing is, you have to sort of like put your legs to the side and sort of push yourself up, like you're in the Matrix. And then on like the second day, I think we went climbing up, and no, what was it? It might have been the first day actually. Yeah, our first full day. Yeah, first full day, and then first full day we went climbing up a mountain. Yeah, that was the first day, and then the second day we did that. Third day we did that. Fourth day we did coast steering. Coast steering's really fun. You're like climbing across rocks, but it sounds like you're just climbing across rocks and you think you're gonna fall off. They only make you climb across the safe bits, and if you do slip, you're either hurting yourself, hurting your back on a massive rock, or you're falling into the water. And that, one of the girls' mums, the girl's mum, I don't know what happened, she'd like got across a rock, and then she was like, oh, I can't do it anymore, so our group leader had to go and take her back, and that amazing music teacher, had to stay with us, and like we all wanted to jump in the water and swim. We had what was it, life jackets? Yeah, I don't know if it's whatever it is, life jacket thing. We had that on, so basically if we jumped in, we couldn't stop floating. I really liked swimming, so whenever the group were climbing across the rocks and I found like a little paddle pool, I'd go and swim in that. Yeah, that day was fun, and then the last day we went and explored a mine, and our group. So, there was this girl, I don't think I can say her name. She, like, everything we did, she cried. She was really tall and lanky. Her head looked like a Tic Tac, I'm sorry. She would cry at everything, and it was so annoying. And when we were doing that, we were trying to climb up slippery steps, she started crying. Before that, she started crying because she didn't... Oh yeah, I've got to say, we went really high up and we jumped into the water. Yeah, and she started crying. She didn't want to do that. She started crying because she didn't want to go on slippery steps. This was after the thing. She didn't want to climb up slippery steps. She didn't basically want to do anything. And then on the mine thing, when we were climbing up, so our group leader, I don't know how he did it, he like Spider-Man climbed up a wall, like a really slippy one as well. And then he put a rope down, he attached stuff on the way, and he put a rope down for us to climb up. And then she's like, I don't want to do it! And yeah, and she started bursting out crying. That was an extra 5 minutes. This was pitch black, by the way. And then he told us to turn off all of our torches, etc. Yes, we were in the pitch black, and he was just... Though for some reason there was this... someone had put like a sort of... You know those like TU? I don't know what the brand's called. It's like TU, and then they make like little squishy panda things. Someone had put like a dragon one up there, and it looks really clean, surprisingly. Anyway, yeah, he told us to look at that, and then he told us to turn off our torch things, and then he started telling us how the miners back like 200 years ago used to have to work in the pitch black, which was, I'd say it's an exaggeration. They obviously would have had a candle or something, because if you're just hitting a wall, you don't know what you're hitting, and then like you might like hit someone on the back of the head. But yeah, overall that trip was pretty fun. On the way back, I remember just faking sleeping so I didn't have to talk to anyone. Antisocial. A girl called Michaela, she bought loads of Doritos, and they were really spicy. And there was a boy called Andrew. Oh my god, Andrew, I'm sorry to tell you now, but everyone thought you were so annoying, and they were like really, really spicy. And then she gave one to Andrew, and he said, "Doesn't taste of anything. It's quite fine, actually." And you could just see his face going red. Like, his whole face was going red. And then he started asking everyone for a drink. Also, a girl in our class called Katie, she used to be in the same dance group as Jojo Siwa. No, not Jojo Siwa. Ruby Rube, that's it. And apparently on like coach trips, she would always go and ask other people for chocolate. Wow, imagine that, having like 5 million subscribers and like not even being able to afford chocolate. Hold on, I'll check how much she has. Ruby Rube. 2.6, close enough. Yeah, and then Katie quit that. So yeah, that trip was pretty fun. Now I'm gonna... Actually, no, that Dom thing, those tales can be told for later. When the tales of different people, mainly Ethan. Dom rarely ever comes out with us anymore. It's always me and Ethan that go out. Shout out to Ethan. I get a packet of Vinto, the little Vinto sweets, if I shout out this girl called Daisy. I'll put her link in the description. So that's my story. Hope you're bored. Okay, bye.